Talk a little bit about the lineup you put together for this event.
So we just took kind of the lo-fi from the match against Nevada, and that's obviously Max, that's Kyler, Jimmy, Blake, and Colton. And those have been the guys that have probably played the best over the break, through qualifying, and in the match. We kind of used all three of those, and those are the five that kind of stuck their heads out.
Talk a little bit about the course there, the Omni Tucson National, University of Arizona hosting this event.
So it's an old PGA Tour golf course. It's where Phil Mickelson won as an amateur. The senior tour plays there now, and we have our Mountain West Championship there. So for us to be able to get a sneak peek at it and have 3 rounds under competition, it's a no-brainer for us. We need to play that event every year.
In this tournament, you've got 3 other conference schools. How does it help you to prepare? Because they're also going to get the sneak peek at this course as well.
Right. Well, New Mexico comes to mind. They've been a fantastic program over the last 10 years, especially the last 3 years. So being able to compete against them directly on the same golf course that we're going to have to see them again come April would be a fantastic test for us.
Now you're getting ready to go to the Omni Tucson National Golf Course, a course you've seen before. Does that help you in your preparation as you're getting ready to head down there?
Oh yeah, it really does. When you know a course, you kind of like my whole practice schedule is sorry, my whole practice schedule this week is just based on what shots I need there. I'm going to need a lot of good tee shots, and a lot of wedges, and a good short game to shoot a good score there. So it helps a lot in the preparation when you know what shots you need and what shots you kind of don't need for that course.
With doing that, do you also then become a little bit of a leader for the other players who haven't seen the course?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it really helps when you don't know a course, when there are players that already have played the course 2 or 3 times before, because you're going to ask questions. The other guys that didn't play the course will come up to me and say, hey, how are you going to play this hole? I mean, I have played that hole a lot of times, so I can give them some advice and can tell them how I would play that hole, because I know how it is to play it under tournament pressure and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely, I would say.
Now, beyond that, what are you looking for in the growth in this particular? Because this is really, like you said, you got the rust off, put a pencil down. Now, what are you looking for out of these 5 in this tournament?
Well, we lost Dom. Dom's out of the lineup, so I'm looking for everybody to step up their game a little bit. So that's a big number to replace, but it just means, a quarter of a shot from each guy, and that'll take care of that. So I'm looking for everybody to step up and kind of show that we're capable of doing this.
You talked a little bit, we've talked offline about Max and his play. Can you talk about the progress you've seen from his freshman year to now?
Well, that's really funny. We were actually talking about that the other day because Max had a hiatus from the lineup about this time last year, and we just talked about where his game has come from and kind of what kind of player he was there, both physically and emotionally, and where he is now. And he's come in leaps and bounds, so we're really happy with his progress.
So, Max, talk a little bit about the progress you've made from your freshman year to your sophomore year, because freshman year you were a good player, but now you've really started to step up your game.
Yeah, as you said, my freshman year, I kind of had to get used to everything here. It's different coming from Europe, and you got to get used to the culture and to the golf too. The courses are different. The golf is different that you have to play here. I had to make some adjustments in my short game, especially, and in my mental game too. I was very emotional on the course, and now I kind of developed into a more, I would say, mature player, and I know what I have to do. I know I have a plan on the course, and a really technical didn't change much. I changed a lot of like how I'm going to a round, how am I preparing, and especially mentally, I made some big progress, I think.
Does it help having now learning some of the style of the American courses, but still having the skill from having played those European courses?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially when we played Erin Hills beginning of this fall season, it helped me a lot because that is a very European style course. It's a links course, a lot of wind. I was used to that. I know how it is. I played in Scotland a lot, so you have to have those shots. So I had a kind of an advantage actually to some other players there. Also, like having improved my short game here helped me a lot over in Europe. Easy up and downs for me over in Europe because around the greens it's not that hard as here, if that makes sense. If you miss the green here, it's a lot harder to get an up and down to make the par than it is in Europe. So it's actually pretty easy right now in Europe to get an up and down for me.
You played in the South Beach Amateur. How was that experience playing against a lot of those top-level amateurs, including some of the top players in NCAA golf?
Oh, it was great. It was a great experience, really. It was a top field on a beautiful course right in South Beach, Miami. And it was just nice to play with the best players in the country or in the world, too, to see where my game is at. And I felt like I was in touch with the guys that were leading the tournament or like winning the tournament.
Goals for this spring for you?
My big goal is that right now I'm, I think, 280 in the world amateur golf rankings. I want to be in the top 100 after this spring. That's my big goal, and I think that's pretty realistic too. At the end of this year, I want to be top 50 in the world. Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.